to that. Let me switch gears here. I'm going to talk a little bit about an emerging technology called atmospheric water harvesters. For whatever reason, only of all the water on the surface of the earth, only about 2% of it is fresh water. And out of that, only about 25% of that is accessible to human beings. So the entire human race until now has survived on 1/2% of all the water on planet Earth. Atmospheric water harvesters are a technology for sucking moisture out of the air and providing fresh water to people anywhere on the planet. What I have on the screen here now is this is what's called a fog net that sucks moisture out of the air. This is an MIT project in Peru doing basically the same thing. A French designer came up with this design for something called the Worka water towers. This system will take about 100 liters a day out of the air, and it has changed the lives of lots of young ladies in Africa because they're the ones that have to haul all the water for the villages. They've even taught the villages how to take a 4-person team and build these themselves in about a week. Another French company has figured out how to use windmills to suck moisture out of the air. These windmills are being tested out in Abu Dhabi, and they're able to get around 500 liters a day, depending on the humidity, to provide fresh water in that country. A young inventor came up with this system. It's a solar-powered system called AirDrop, which sucks moisture out of the air and irrigates all the plants nearby. Now, the whole time people were working on this technology, the holy grail was for somebody to actually develop a self-filling water bottle. A few months ago, a company called Fontis developed this prototype for a self-filling water bottle that fits on a bicycle. And as you ride along, it fills up the water bottle. Let me show you a short video on how this works.
This is a water bottle that fills itself. It's called the Fontis, and it's supposed to be able to pull water out of the air as you ride a bike, filling up over the course of an hour. Fresh water is something we constantly take for granted. Of the over 7 billion people on Earth, 783 million don't have access to clean water. Even in the United States, areas like Flint, Michigan are struggling with water contamination. It's hoped that designs like the Fontis can, in some small way, help to combat these statistics. But pulling water out of the air is a slow process. The Fontis prototype produces about 17 ounces of water an hour. That's great for cyclists, but it's not going to solve a water crisis. The bottle's prototype doesn't filter out air pollution either, and that's something it'll need to do to truly provide access to clean water. Still, it's a starting point.
This is an example of a future technology that's going to change the world in lots of different ways.